I'm in. Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Just Kicking It, episode 30. Show. I'm so pleasantly happy that we're at this point. This is a cool moment. I know it's 30 doesn't really mean shit in anything, but I just think that's cool. This is Just Kicking It. I don't know if I said that, but we're here to talk some hip hop. I wanted to start a little differently today. I just want to see, how's it going, my friend? How's life? Is there any updates? Music? Anything like that? Ciphers? How's life?
Good, man. Life is going pretty good, man. Yeah, my album's on the way. I'm excited for this. Excited to be done this project so I can start working on other things. But yeah, I'm happy for this music to be heard, to be out, put a lot of time into it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the music.
Awesome.
What about you?
Man, same thing. We had a photo shoot last night, which was super awesome. Shout out to Legacy for always just being awesome. But yeah, like life is good, bro. Life is sick. Things are looking really good right now. Do you have like a time frame for when your project's gonna come out?
I'm thinking March 19th is the date I've set for myself. I tried to get my cover last night, and we were unable. Well, I think we got the cover in my opinion, but we'll see. The photographer seems to believe that we are going to have to do the cover again. That's Stefan Legacy. So if that is the case, if we do have to shoot the cover again, then I might have to push back that date. But right now I'm setting my mind on March 19. I just feel like that's mid-March. I have stuff I'm trying to get done. I want to release at least 2 singles, maybe a video before and after the drop. So after is not a concern right now, but before, maybe we'll see how that goes. I want to get my email list involved. So mobilize and start sending out like weekly newsletters leading up to the release. I want to do the virtual listening party via Twitch. So I'd have to get everything ready and mastered for that as well. Yeah, I kind of have like all these different things I want to do for my rollout and marketing. Mm-hmm. So just begins with finishing the project.
Absolutely. Dope. I was going to ask one more thing. Well, I was not going to ask. I was just going to say to everyone listening, first and foremost, we are artists. This podcast is just a way for us to talk to the people and kind of just give our opinions on stuff that, just hanging out, really. This is what we talk about when we're off mic. So definitely check out our music. I have an album out called On the Search for More. It's really great. It's on all Spotify, all that stuff. So make sure, just search up that name and you'll find it. I'm Soy. And then Show, you got like a plethora of projects out. So what's one that you would direct people to get excited for the album?
Yeah, definitely my last project, which was a tape, Return of the Fresh Prince, which I put out early last year. Yeah, definitely check that out. Check out the single. It's called Price Tag. I have that out right now. I put that out in November of last year. And yeah, like I said, I'm trying to release some new. I want to release at least. I want to hold myself to it because I'm not really someone that puts out singles, but like I want to hold myself to it. I want to put out at least 2 singles before the album drops, and actually like try to like promote them as singles and not just say like I have 2 songs out. Like actually maybe do a video here, like do something around the songs. Make it an event that the song is dropping. So yeah, that's what to look forward to for me on the artist side of things. Yeah, that's something I've been working on. I guess we're talking about just other things that we've been working on. I've been working on publishing a game of mine. So that's I told you I was working on a blog post today. So basically, I came up with this game in 2016. As you know, I played a lot of pool obsessively. maybe before 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Just from playing so much, I was able to like develop my own game just from playing and like watching other games of pool. So I made this game and I played it with other people who didn't even like to play pool, but they really enjoyed the game. So I was like, oh shit, this game is pretty fire. And I was gonna share it with the world at one point, but then I was like, I don't want to end up like the fidget spinner lady, like who famously like invented the fidget spinner. And when it was a fad and it was popping, like selling for millions, she just didn't copyright it or she didn't have any kind of patent on the idea. So she made no money off that whole thing. Anyways,
Fucked up.
I looked into like getting a patent for this game that I had, this idea that I had, and like just long story short, like getting a patent and getting a patent lawyer, you have to get a specific lawyer to file the patent, not just any lawyer. Like would have cost me upwards of $5,000 like at the time.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not gonna happen. So basically I told everyone I played the game with to forget about the game.
You know,
Just forget it.
you weren't here.
You weren't exactly. It never happened until I reach the point in my life where I have the money I can spend on getting the patent. And because that's the thing about patent, like when you file a patent, that doesn't guarantee that you have the patent. Well, when you file a patent, you just have patent pending. That just means now that someone else can still use the idea, but whenever your patent goes through, then you can file for damages. That means you have it pending. You can say it's. But so it's even that $5,000 spend is not a guarantee. They can still come back and say, yeah, we're not filing this because at the end of the day, it's the idea is so abstract. It's an idea for a game that already exists. Like the pool, it already exists, just a different way to play it. So yeah, I kind of told everyone I played it with just like, forget about it. I'm definitely gonna be on the come up, and when I'm up, that'll be something I've prioritized it. I'll figure out how to protect the intellectual property and then share the game with the world. But in Canada, copyright law states that once anything is created, you own the copyright to it.
Okay.
Minimize while I'm doing this. And so what I was gonna do is, since now I have a blog that has a decent amount of traffic going to it, is I'm just gonna publish the instructions for this game. And it's not the same thing as owning a patent to the game, but me publishing the instructions to the game means I own the copyright to the instructions. Like I've now put it out to the world that I own the copyright to this instruction. So I mean, I can now like go about like sharing it. And the whole point is just that if it does become an international thing and they're playing it in China one day and I'm like, yo, I made that game. There's not some dude trying to silence me. I have it dated, I have it some way that like, yo, I did do this, so that's what this is about. So I'm excited, I wrote out the game along like in 2016. I typed it out into a Word document. I did like a picture of the whole thing because I was actually trying to like give it to a lawyer to like file for me. And yeah, I just never did anything with it. But now that I'm like, oh, I can actually publish this. And it's not copyright is not the same as a patent, but it's what I can afford to do right now. So yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to as well. Like it's just another like it's like music, it's just another like idea being manifested. I thought it would take me a longer time. And so it's nice to like, oh shit, I can do that now.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, look out for the game. I'm interested to see what it's actually like around.
Yeah. It's a heat game. Like for us, we'll play it. There's a lot of people who like I'm obviously very enthusiastic about pool. Like it's not just, I realize that I'm more enthusiastic than the average person about the game. But like I played the game with people who I know don't like pool at all. And like they had told me like I would rather play this than even play like regular like 8-ball.
Right.
Just regular like bar pool. So
okay.
Even at the time when I was like playing the game with people, like I was like I knew like, oh shit, this is actually like, I knew like, oh, this actually like this would actually benefit the world. This is actually like something that would be valuable, you know what I mean?
Right.
To the world. Yeah. Just like, I don't know who made 8-ball, like, or all the standard pool games right now, but whoever made that game, invented something that has value in every bar in the world now. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it.
Right.
It's kind of like, but whoever made that game did not go through the necessary steps to make sure that he was known for making that game, and now his name has been lost in time. All we know is the game.
Might have been a long time ago. Man might have been 18th century.
That's besides the point. That is true. It is definitely, it is definitely true. The games are definitely developed like a long time
What's
ago.
a lawyer?
But like basketball, volleyball, a lot of these like modern games, there are Wikipedia pages for the people who invented them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like there's a proper way to go about it to make sure that the intellectual property is protected. Just like with music.
Word. Dope. Okay, well.
Yeah.
That's exciting. All right, let's get into the show. We're gonna start with global, as always, and we have some fantastic news and a little bit of of the guessing game of what's gonna happen next. But Dr. Dre recently went through a brain aneurysm, and everyone was terrified because it was like the start of 2021, and it's like, bro, that's Dr. Dre. He is the GOAT. If we're really speaking, like, he is the guy that he's basically like the reason hip hop is like
he is Yoda.
Thriving. Yeah, he's dude. Dr. Dre has to. Yo, we're gonna let's just like randomly be like, okay, M is Obi-Wan. No,
but that would actually be the facts. Like, he would be Yoda. I don't know who would Jay be then? Who would Jay-Z be?
Man, Jay-Z's got to be probably Mace Windu, because Mace Windu is just like the illest. Because he has like the purple lightsaber, bro.
Oh right,
Sam Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Right.
He's dope because he's like a.
Man, I need to at least watch like the first three again, just to like refresh my mind, because it's so like you say stuff and I'm like, it's just going over my head, but I know that I know it.
We can do it. Yeah. I'm actually going to rewatch them pretty soon. I'm not going to watch the new ones because the new ones are fucking trash. But
no, the new ones are garbage. Yeah. Man,
that Rise of Skywalker it's pretty much one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. I'm not even gonna lie. That shit was, I walked out of the theater like, I think I liked it. And then I saw it a second time. I'm like, I'm never gonna watch this again in my life. And I stopped watching Star Wars since that day. And I forgot. Yeah, I just love Star Wars, man. I hated it that much where I was like, yo, do I even like Star Wars anymore? I've literally grown up my whole life fucking with this shit. But anyways.
That's the thing, man. Disney definitely gave George Lucas the bag. Because he should have known they were going to fuck it up.
Dude, for real. Like, yeah, man, that's where you lose creativity. And the worst part is, bro, they said from day one they had a like full, complete story planned out. And then you watch these movies, it's like, there's not even a story in like the first two. By the third one, they're like, fuck it, Palpatine's back.
There's not even a story in this scene. I know what you mean.
Everything is so, bro, that last movie is so ass. Like, everything is just so predictable. And like, the only good character is Kylo Ren. Like, he's the only character that I'm like, I actually enjoy because I like his arc. I know you hate Kylo, but I like Kylo Ren.
I don't know, man. I just feel like he's kind of like a cheap, like, Vader. You know, it was just like the writers trying to be like, all right, we know the fans like Vader. We can't bring him back for the dead. Are you sure, though? We can, like,
we can do anything.
All right, so this is the next best thing. This is the next best thing we can do.
We got like Anakin in a suit. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
but yeah, we just got sidetracked there. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Star Wars later on. But yeah, Dre is Yoda.
Dre is the best, and I just want to take time because like he almost died, bro. This man is so influential to hip hop. This guy is literally the reason I love hip hop. When I really get down to the nitty gritty, it's like he is the reason, because he found them, he found Snoopy, he didn't find some, but he just like developed them into these what we know as goats now. Like, and it's like they get a lot of the credit, but I feel like Dre really is just like the puppet master behind it. Not puppet master, because I don't think he manipulates things. I just think he's just so in tune, you know? And so there's a photo that came out recently of him in the studio. And of course, the rumors are sparking. Detox was thrown out there a few times. I saw a few people say Detox, and like everyone had the ears up. But
yourself with 5 different accounts.
Yeah. J. Cole's #1 fan, 27. That's me. No, I heard Detox is coming. From who? But dude, I've been hearing Detox is coming for my whole life. I don't remember a time in my life where I didn't think Detox was on the way. I think since I was born, I was like, I think Detox is coming soon. Fucking every single like release in like the 2000s before Compton came out was like, there was always like a hint in like an M album or a Kendrick album, or Kendrick literally put out a song called, I think it was called Detox is on the way or something like that. Or like Detox is coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
Some clickbait shit.
But no, he's in the studio. He looks good, man. He's it seems like everybody's just happy that he's cool. I think everyone's like, that's like the first good sign of 2021 being a uplifting year. You know what I mean? Like, just as far as like hip hop goes, like hip hop has had like a shitty 2020 was tough. And 2020 was like hard. I feel like for everyone, 2020 sucked. And it's like, just to see this good news like that is cool. There's so much shit happening, but it's like even the slightest bit of hope is nice. But hopefully, in my mind, I'm like, I hope he's just going to release some. I just want to hear. Like, could you imagine if he just chose his best songs over the past, like, however long it's been since Chronic 2001? He just cherry picked every song that was like a masterpiece, and he just threw it on an album called The Detox. Like, bro, we get like vintage everyone, because he works with everybody when they're like the best, they're at their best. And so like every verse would be so fire. It'd be like, oh my, this is when Jay was on top of the game.
Literally, I don't even want to like speculate him, but like if Dr. Dre was to say that he's done with music and this is the hard drive that has Detox, like all his sessions, whatever, he's gonna auction it, that would auction for probably close to $1 billion, bro. That's not an exaggeration. It's not. that's not an exaggeration, because you know, like Diddy and Jay-Z already are trying to. They're trying to get their hands on that. Like,
that's like, yeah, that's forever money. That's like, oh man.
Yeah, man. Just the beats alone. Not even just to enjoy music. If you're just like shit, just you could live the rest of your life just selling those beats.
Bro, for real. Like, every time I hear a new Jay beat, or every time I hear a new Dre beat, like on a project, like there was a couple, I think if I remember correctly, there was one on Busta Rhymes' album, and that was my favorite song on the album. And I'm pretty certain it was Dre. I can't think of it off the top. It goes like,
who's featured on it?
Man, I can't even remember it. I have to look, but I don't want to exit the video. Anyways, there's a song on there.
All good.
I'm pretty sure it's produced by Dre, because when I heard it, that's the first thing I thought. I never actually checked. I could be wrong. But then like he had a song on M's recent album called Guns Blazing, and the beat was just like so different. And like, man, we need Dre to drop. If we're being honest, I feel like that would be like a really like, especially for what's going on, like that'd be sick. That'd be so awesome. Because Compton was sick. Compton was dope.
No, of course.
But like,
of course,
it's not like it wasn't, but it was sick, dude. And I listened to that album like crazy, to be honest. I had that on repeat for a while.
I listened to that a lot, but again, like I felt like that's not an album from Dre. I'm not even hating. Like I just feel like, again, that's not detox. You know, we know what detox should be.
Detox is not going to sound like anything else. Detox is going to sound like detox, just like 2001 sounds like 2001, and chronic sounds like chronic. But I mean, detox does have a really dope sound. That one song, Genocide. I was playing a song probably like before COVID, and you're like, play that one song. I think it's called Genocide, and the beat switch is just like, it was like doom doom doom. It was so sick.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I think Kendrick is on that track.
I think so.
Yeah, no.
And then Deep Waters.
I'm not hating, bro. There's some fire on there, but like, yeah, no.
I know what you're saying though, and I agree, but I just keep thinking back to how much I like that album. Like, because I really did enjoy it from top to bottom. There's a great Snoop verse on there too. And the Game kills this. He has a song on there, and he kills that. Game is so always good though. He's a great rapper, man.
Just another day in Compton.
But yeah.
I was gonna say, man, it's crazy that all this shit is going down. Like, it's crazy that all this shit is going down with like after all what's happening with his wife. You know what I mean?
Right. Man, doesn't he still have to pay like $2 million?
There's no what? I don't know about that. I think the prenup like kicked in. They said there's no specific like reason or like cause for like an aneurysm, like whatever, like what happened to him. But I don't know, man. I think it might be stress, man. Like, cause there has to be a correlation between all this going down. You know, this woman trying to literally take like not just $2 million, bro. She's trying to get $2 million a month forever.
That's, you know,
like, you know what I mean? Like that. That's the kind of stress that can.
That would give me a brain aneurysm. Being in the room when that conversation was had. $2 million.
I don't know. I'm not. So, definitely, I feel like there's definitely a correlation, and I'm glad things are working out with her. Like we saw that the prenup kicked in. We saw that she's even getting investigated for some shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm hoping that she realizes her role as well in this. I'm not blaming her for the aneurysm, but like there will be an angry mob outside her house if Dre was to have passed. You know what I mean? God forbid. But, you know what I mean?
Would we be there?
Probably, man.
Fuck this bitch. No.
You did this.
Just so personal. You don't need that money.
You wanted those chronic masters. You wanted the chronic masters, bro.
Fuck her.
Probably had him like, what?
Yeah.
What?
She
probably wanted the detox masters.
Man, give it. I need it. But yeah, I'm super happy that Dre's good. I really hope he's it looks like he's surrounding himself with people he loves. I'm sure everyone that loves him to death is in that studio right now, just reminding him how awesome he is.
Word. I saw that IC said he was on the phone with him and said that he's doing well, sounds healthy and everything. And yeah, he's going to be making a full recovery. Word.
Awesome. Yeah, he looked like he didn't even have an aneurysm in the photo, to be honest. He just looked like Dre. I don't know what an aneurysm looks like.
Scary because like Dre is pretty healthy, right? Like he looks like pretty fit. You know what I mean? He works out and he's definitely like spends a healthy amount of time doing what he's passionate about. So it's kind of scary that you can just have an aneurysm out of nowhere with being the situation. But again, I'm blaming the chick. So
yeah. What we do here, just kicking it.
So just know you're.
Oh, there's a woman involved.
I'm not fully blaming her, but I'm just saying this. I'm just saying there's a correlation. You know what I mean? Like this guy is literally a billionaire. You know, close enough. You know, and like a hip hop legend. You know what I mean? Like he looks great. Like he has like there's not a reason. There's not a reason for this to happen out of nowhere. You know? And this woman trying to.
The timing was crazy.
Every month.
The timing was a little suspicious. I'm like, yo, everything happening? Yeah, you're right. But yeah, Prayers out to Dre. Just keep being awesome, Master Yoda. Number 2, we have Drake, the sixth god. He he is releasing leaks. People say they're leaks, but they're not leaks. I'm pretty sure they strategically plan it out so they just like drop stuff and then like getting you hyped for the album. But Drake released some leaks, and he released this one that I wanted to highlight, or we wanted to highlight, excuse me, called I Did. I did. I really did. I can't do the full song because we might get copyrighted, so I can only give you a couple bars. But the song was sick. What did you think of the show? I thought it was pretty dope.
I thought it was nice. Yeah, like you said, it sounded like he was warming up. Sounded like something light. Like that didn't sound like it was supposed to be for the album. It sounded like it was a leak created, something created, to be leaked almost. And yeah, I 100% agree with you. Like this was the definition of his 2020. A lot of just leaks here and there, and then he ended up putting out that tape. Definitely, I 100% believe like leaks are strategic. You know what I mean? You're too big an artist to just be having shit leak like that, fam. Like,
right.
Bro, everyone's getting fired. It's
like every album drop, there's a leak.
Every week. What the hell? Like you can't. There's a snake on your team. Man.
Yeah, like, it's Boy Wonder. No.
So no, I don't think that's what it is. I think they have like real, like I agree with you. They're having serious like strategic meetings. They're all in the room. Like we're gonna drop this song first. We're gonna, what I mean, and then we're gonna say it's a leak. So 100%. And as a fan, I'm like, yo, I haven't heard from Drake in a while. I'm like, oh, there's this leak he does. I'm not supposed to hear it, but I'm gonna go check it out because I'm just such a big fan. And then you check it out, and you're like, yo, the boy still got it. It just reaffirms for you, that like, oh shit, I'm excited for when he does drop something. It's almost like with the amount of time, like if Drake was only dropping official shit, you know what I mean, like then there would be a lot of gaps in between his releases, and I think, and I'm sure it's something that him and his marketing team is like considering now, is that Drake is definitely getting to that age where the demographic that is hip hop, because hip hop is like the youth, it is like the voice of the younger generation, you know what I mean? So the youth, the generation that is hip hop isn't his main fan base. This isn't the core fan base he started with, right? Because now his core fan base is 10 years in, right? But he's still trying to reach out to those guys. And so that's now like, I believe for marketing as big as an artist as Drake is, marketing Drake for the next 10 years of his career is going to be tougher, because hip hop is to appeal to the younger generation. And Drake's audience isn't that right now, but there's strategic ways to do that, right? We saw him do that with Lil Durk, where he got one of the younger dudes on one of his songs. We hadn't, when was the last time or whenever has Drake put a Lil Durk on a song, you know what I mean? So we're going to see a lot of that in the next 10 years where Drake is giving the popping young guys like looks because it benefits him as well, right? But yeah, I was just saying that basically to maintain the relevancy, even though Drake is this huge artist in between his official releases, it's good, even as a fan perceiving it, it's good that there's all these little, leaks happening in between, right? It just keeps me more interested, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't have to wait 3 months for the next single. It's like, oh shit, I heard a couple leaks in between. So I'm just as invested when the new official single drops, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, 100%. It is strategic.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm very excited for the album. Hopefully it drops pretty soon. I think it will. But yeah, on to the next topic. We got Sweetie and Doja Cat. They released a song called Best Friends, where they talk about being best friends. What'd you think of the song? And there's a music video with it as well.
Song.
Just heads up.
Yeah. I thought the song was all right. Like I thought it was good. You know, I can see it being a song that girls will like. You know, again, like I just mentioned, hip hop is the voice of that younger generation, and so I can see the younger generation, the TikTok generation, females, making TikToks this song with their best friends. You know what I mean? Like it has that vibe. It has the energy. It's definitely a song. It's like I can imagine that Saweetie and Doja Cat aren't like a real best friends in real life, but they embody that energy for the song, right? And that's what it's about. So I can see the girls like vibing with this, like, yo, throw that shit on, girl. Throw that shit on, bitch. I don't know how girls talk to each other.
I hope it's not that tone. Fuck. Yeah, throw that out there. That'd be weird. You're just overhearing dude, I've listened to a girl's conversation and that was the last time I did that, because it was in high school and I just was just listening to them talk and the shit made no sense. It was all over the place. I'm like, just stick to a fucking topic, because they were talking about like oranges, and then it was like oranges to pies, and then pies to glasses of water. And just like, I was like, where is these minds? But
what? Dude, I'll never forget, man. I remember this one girl in high school that, like probably my very first year of high school, that she had like a sleepover with her friends one night, and we kind of had a thing, and she like pocket called me, and literally I just like heard their whole like conversation. They were just like talking about like guys, and I was even like a part of the conversation. I was like, oh shit, this is really dope.
You got an insight.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't really get it
exactly
because I was standing right there. So
yeah.
I was literally just above them, just like,
that was dope.
That is dope, man. At one point, I'm pretty sure I stopped them. I'm like, stop, just like enough. But anyways, what are you talking about? Best Friends by Doja Cat and Saweetie. I'm gonna be honest, and this is gonna be yo, for the female listeners, I'd like to apologize for everything I say. A lot of it's just for fun, but we got to get these views. So the Doja Cat Saweetie video, I put it on, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even have my headphones on. I had them sitting on my neck. So I heard the song, and I mean, I feel the same. It was like, it's a fun song. I could see it's really fun. It's a really great video, to be honest. But yeah, there's a line on there where Saweetie says like, that's my best friend. She don't need no man. Something like that. I don't know how she said it, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna stop.
Hold the fuck up. Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of those bars before, like, yo, can buy my own like Birkin and all this blah blah blah. But yeah, I don't know. There's also, yeah, I see what you say with that, like, because she is contradicting herself, right? Koi will be buying everything, but some might argue that she is a working woman. She's obviously she has a record deal. She's obviously an artist herself. She's always putting out songs. So she's definitely making money herself. So she's definitely doing something, and she just chooses to let Quavo take care of her. You know what I mean?
I get. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's weird, man. It's weird when you're rapping about stuff like that, and then you want.
Yeah, I shouldn't even try to interpret the bars. I don't know why I'm just getting like, I'm just digging way too deep. That's just a line. It's just something she wrote. She's like, this is dope. I'm just thinking way too much about it. I do that often. Anyways, yeah. I hope you guys. Doja Cat's actually super talented, and so is Saweetie. So I hope they just keep doing their thing. They have their own little lane in like this female hip hop wave thing. I feel like is like a wave of its own. It's not necessarily for me, but there is an audience for it because it is all doing really well. And so Yeah, I hope they keep doing their thing.
What do you think about the music video?
Man, the music video was great, bro. Okay, they looked super fine the whole time, and Sweetie is one of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen. At least in
Very true.
she's just beautiful, like all around. Doja Cat has a Doja Cat looks like all of my exes. Just the way she's built. So she's definitely super fun. I don't know. I should stop talking about them now. But that's how the video is presented. So it's like, is it wrong for me to talk that way about these girls if they're putting it out there like that?
Yeah, the video definitely opens up with them like on bikinis.
Like, come on.
And like that one dude like comes up to them like hitting on them like just because they look like babes, right? So that's the whole like esque of the video. So I see what you mean.
Word.
But yeah, they're definitely beautiful girls.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful women.
And very talented. Doja Cat's she actually has some lines we'll talk about in another song, but she has another song that we're going to talk about later where I actually like her verse a lot. Okay, on to the next topic. We got Juice WRLD and Young Thug. They dropped a song by Lyrical Lemonade, Cole Bennett. He dropped a video, and in the video, it looks like it was shot before Juice WRLD passed or something. Like it looks really official. So I'm not sure how it was done or when it was done, but
I think we both agree that it was shot like long before he passed, right? Just because of there's like same shot scenes with him and Young Thug. They're like smiling together or whatever. So it looks like an old video they just kept in the tuck.
Right.
But what do we think about the song? I think what's it called?
Man, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Bro. That's what we think of the song. Thank you. That's it. That's all, folks. What's it called? Done Waiting?
It's called Bad Boy.
Oh, Jesus. I just said it's called Done Waiting. Where the fuck did that even come from? Bad Boy? I guess that's the hook.
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you think of the song overall? Just as a song.
I thought it was good. I thought it was a good song. What am I saying? I thought it was, I think Pierreborn did the beat. I enjoyed the beat. I was like, oh shit, this is like a pretty vibing beat. And yeah, I thought it was a good song. Like I was just going through the motions of it. I was like more like shocked at the video I was looking at. I was like, yo, how do they get this? You know what I mean? But clearly it was shot before. It looks like it's definitely going to go viral. His fans weren't expecting something like this. This is dope. You know what I mean? Like when all the shit that they have in the tuck, and I mean, it's fucked up to say, but like when an artist like passes like a Pop Smoke or Juice WRLD, and they have like this collection of like content, that they still have to like disperse for the rest of their foreseeable like career. As a fan, the day that artist died, you're like, oh fuck, I'll never see this artist again. And then having like our music video drop that's like so realistic because it was shot long before he passed and just like kept it in the tuck. You know what I mean? Same with like having more albums like to drop and stuff like that. So it's dope. I think it's dope that they do stuff like this. And like, yeah, you'd mentioned like kind of sucks because it's like the label just trying to get the bag. And that's usually the case. But I think like Juice WRLD's like Juice WRLD was very close with his family. I'm pretty sure they're getting like that's his estate. They're the ones that are now getting like that royalty compensation. So it's not just label's still getting the bag, but it's not just that anymore.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad song. I'm never gonna listen to it again. But that's not because don't like it. I guess I don't like it, but like it's not. I don't think it's bad. Actually, when I heard the beat, I thought it was it sounded like a Playboy Cardi beat. Now that I've listened to one of his albums,
that's his producer.
Yeah. So when you said Pierreborn, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why I felt that because it was definitely he has a style, man. It's fucking. It's a weird style, but it's new.
Beats are banging, man. That Pureborn beat is the beat that made 6ix9ine pop.
Oh, really?
The Gummo record?
Huh? With the sticky?
Gummo?
Is that when he says the sticky?
Yeah, that record. That's
with
the one.
Blicky,
Yeah.
with the sticky.
That so hard, man.
Yeah, dude. I was like chilling at my crib one time.
It's crazy.
Dude, I was in Arkansas and I was just chilling at home and all I hear is 6ix9ine go, like I hear that song like with the Blicky, and it's like full blast. And I got a call from my buddy Jacob and he's like, I'm here. And it like like opened the door and he's just like dancing like he's like, bro, this shit is so hard. And he tried to convince me 6ix9ine was like the GOAT. I'm like, bro, chill out. He's like, he's better than everybody.
Bro. Well, I don't know about that. But when I heard that song for the first time, I was convinced. I was like, shit, this is crazy. This is it. Now everyone, even as I remember Wayno, who could not dare speak the name of a snitch on the show, you know, on Everyday Struggle, he would admit, yeah, even in those last days, that Gummo record was straight heat.
Yeah.
You know,
just
everyone would admit, like all of 6ix9ine's run prior to the snitching was pretty good. Like he had some pretty fire tracks. Everyone was like, yo, everyone was excited.
Yeah, man. His life would be dramatically different if he was actually just lying about everything he said. Well, I guess he was. Was he? No, he wasn't. That's why he went to prison. Anyways, I don't even know. I
mean, like the issue now is like he's still like all the songs are still about like up and chop. You know, it's still about being a gangster. You know, it's still about doing all this stuff that we now know that you snitched. You know, we now know that you were living this not street life and you went to the street cats so that you could have the credibility.
Right.
You snitched on them, you know, but here you are still making this music. And so that's the real issue now. Is like, even if he was to make another one of those Gummo songs, I remember I saw the Gummo with the music video, you know, like, so I saw like all the bloods in it, like the red, you know, I was convinced like, oh, this is like a fucking Mexican dude that's been, you know, this been accepted into the blood gang in New York. You know, this guy has stripes. Like, and how does the hook go? The hook is so hard. He's like, oh, fuck.
Dude, I can't even remember.
He says like, yo, shout out. He says shout out someone and they bleep out the person's name. Shout out, what's his name? But I fucked that nigga's bitch. I'm like, what? Why shout him out then?
I guess that is the shout out. Just letting him know.
But yeah, that shit was hard, man. And so the thing is, so yeah, at that time, I believe like, oh shit, this guy's really that guy. He has stripes. So you're hearing the lyrics and all these songs are coming out so hard and you're convinced, right? And now it's the same thing. Like, again, people would argue that the music is just not hitting as hard, but I feel like he is trying to make the same kind of songs, but it's just like now the credibility is gone. You know what I mean? It's just like if 21 Savage was to snitch tomorrow, that running song won't hit the same. You know, it's so hard.
I couldn't run to it. I'm running to a lie. Just running towards more lies. I'm like running, crying, and you're a liar. But yeah, bro. Fuck 6ix9ine. Just on a side note. Anyways, we gave him love, but you need to tear him back down. Fuck that dude. He's a
the industry hates him right now, man. But I think he's trying to come up, man. I don't know, man. At the end of the day, I think hip hop has accepted him back. You know what I mean? There was almost kind of like we're on the topic now. It was almost kind of like a blackball on him, like in the media when he first came back, just because of like the snitching. Like, yo, how are we accepting this guy into music? You know what I mean? Like all the OGs, like Snoop Dogg, you know, said something. Meek Mill, you know what I mean? And obviously he like went at them as well. But I feel like it's now been like a year since it's been released. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's been active. For the most part, I think he's been back. He's accepted back. You know what I mean? Like, if 6ix9ine does something, it's gonna be news on the hip hop sites. Even though the headline might not be flattering or whatever, he's still like, you know what I mean? He is in the conversation. Hip hop, you know, he still is news. As much as they try to like write him out, he still is like in the conversation. So that's the one positive thing I would give to him, because like, as much as we hate him for everything he's done and blah blah blah, hip hop is about the underdog, right? And so that's like, right now, like all of hip hop is like, yo, fuck this guy, and he's still trying to make a way. You know, that's
a good observation, bro. Speaking of disses, on the Ariana Grande song, Doja Cat actually sends shots at Tekashi, which I feel like is pretty low hanging fruit. Like, where's the Nas diss? No, shit. Should never diss Nas.
What is the diss?
Something like, because the hook is like 34 plus 32 is 69 or some shit. 35, 34, 69. Is that the name of the song? Anyways, the song is about that.
Yeah.
She has a bar on there where she says something like 69 without the Tekashi or something like that. I guess that's pretty weak. But like, it was Josh. Did you hear the song?
I did. I don't know. I just kind of like skimmed through it. I don't know how I feel. I've heard that bar before already. Like, the Mulatto had that in her XXL freestyle.
Oh, she did?
She was like, yo, let's 69 just like Tekashi. Difference is you better not tell nobody. I don't know. She probably made it sound cleaner, but it was a hard bar when she said it. Her verse was hard, man. That's literally out of all of them, I thought that was the hardest. Like, the hardest verse.
Who was on that section?
On that one, that was her, then Fabio, then Cal, who is definitely an industry plant cowboy, and then one more person at the end who, yeah. It just seemed like, man, all of them just didn't come with verses except Mulatto. Like, they literally all came to freestyle. Literally the one dude at the end of his, at the one guy, he literally, you should check out his freestyle. At one point he says like, yo, I didn't come with a verse, but I'm still gonna spit. And then that's literally the verse opens and it's hard. And when he starts doing that, that's when you're like, oh shit, he didn't finish his verse.
Damn, he just had a half a verse ready? Like, what? Man, you should always have a verse ready. But you should at least have 100 bars ready to go. I feel like that's the wise.
I think he should have. I think he should have at least, at least written to the goddamn beat. I think that's what happened. He didn't have. he just didn't write to the beat. Maybe he came with like the hook from a song he was working on at the studio a week ago, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, that's the issue, man. They need to figure out if they want a freestyle or if they want like a real freestyle. Like, they should separate the two, because freestyle now doesn't even mean what it used to mean. Freestyle literally meant. And that's why I like watching that Lupe one where he's on Sway. He's like, okay, I'm actually gonna freestyle, and he kills it. He's connecting dots and he's doing all this because he's such a good rhymer that he can just do it like that, you know? And man, it's just a lost art form, and I feel like it's coming back slowly. But yeah, they need to figure that out. Speaker ill is written. That's what they should call it. Like, spit a written. Like, don't call it freestyle, because it's not a freestyle. But like the Black Thought freestyle, if that was a freestyle, I just stop rapping. You know what I mean? Like, if that was all off the top,
that was definitely a written.
That was written, but it was fire. But like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, Ariana Grande. Yeah, it was good. I don't know. I'm not going to listen to it. That's the issue. I'm just not.
I checked out, like, Stefan was always recommending we listen to all of this like alternative shit. So I remember the weekend when he sent that album dropped, I did actually check it out, and it is more of an R&B album. But I don't know. I think with this album, and I think I've heard like every single Ariana album since, her career began. and I just feel like this album is more like she was going out of her way to like show us like now she's like this grown woman, you know what I mean? Like it was like a lot of vulgar lyrics. I mean, fuck, I make rap music and you know, this is hip hop, but I'm just saying like
suited for
the
kids.
Gandhi album, like
Yeah.
there was a lot of vulgar lyrics. Like what is this? What is this? What is this song? It's like, yo, fuck me till the daylight. Like that's in
that's the
in
hook.
this song, right? Yeah, exactly. And so there's a lot of, and even the song is kind of, even the song title is like, you know, this plus this, and you use easy math, and you're like, oh, that's 69. You know what I mean? So it's just the whole esque of this whole album is just kind of like, you know, just to show like, yo, I'm taking charge of like my feminine. You know, I'm now like I'm now. I don't want you guys to see me as that like child actor anymore. Maybe that's what it is. I'm now this like, you guys see me as this sex symbol.
I guess.
I just like thinking. I think it could have been done in a classier way. Like I just feel like she went out of her way to make some of these songs. Like just kind of like, did that have to be that? You know what I mean? Like that could.
She's on her Britney Spears, bro. Oops, I did it again. Shit. How old is she now?
So,
She's got to be like 28.
Let's see.
She has to be.
Ariana.
Watch her be like 20. What?
She is 27 years old.
Word. Yeah, she's a grown woman, man. You know? But
yeah. I mean,
I get what you're saying.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like as a fan, because that's what I am as well. I'm still a fan.
Yeah.
This could be cleaner, you know.
Well, I've heard
but
negative reviews for the album, to be honest with you. Like I've heard people say they don't really mess with it. At least the new one. Because I think she's dropped some good albums, to be honest. Like just on like a music standpoint. Like there are some projects I've listened by her that I'm like, this is actually sick. Like her last one was pretty hard. I thought it was pretty good. It had a bunch of hits on it. So it's like obviously pretty good.
So yeah, this remix is just the next stage, right? Of you know, you're gonna do an album about being a sexy woman. You're gonna get like you're right. We're just talking about that. Like this is a wave of rap right now. You know, female rappers, they just come on and talk about how good they are at sex, right? Like so, this is this song. Like Megan saw the track title and the email subject. She's like, "Say no more."
Yeah, had this verse ready for 2 weeks, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Doja Cat had the better verse. If we had to compare, because they're rappers, you know, they're actually rapping. They're talking about things that are weird to us, but there are punchlines, I suppose, and there are like, it's just their style, right? So I thought if I had to choose one verse, I think the best verse was Doja. But Meg Thee Stallion did her thing. I don't think it was I don't think it was even that close, to be honest. I thought like Doja actually like kind of killed it. But you know, trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time I really got into like Megan Thee Stallion.
I don't listen to her music, man.
Just kind of become, exactly. They just kind of become like I know of them and I know their place in the current like rap landscape.
Right.
But like I don't know. I'm not like I don't see like new Megan Thee Stallion. I got like to listen to that. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at. Or even Doja as much as I fuck with her.
Word. Okay. Yeah. So that was our global. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy. Now on to our national news.
Yeah. So in Canada, in the world of Canada, or in the country of Canada, it's been pretty chill. So we're just gonna address what's been happening, you know, over in our neighboring country, the USA.
Yeah.
So the current sitting president, Donald Trump, just got impeached for the second time. This is the first time in U.S. history that a president has been impeached twice. They're saying that just because he has such few days left, the impeachment trial will not begin until after he's left office. In which case, some might ask, like, why even fucking impeach him then? You know, why even go through the process? That's what the Republicans are saying. And they're saying, like, if he does get impeached, like, and convicted, you know, he might actually serve time, you know, like, for all the fuck up shit he's done. But also because if he does get convicted, then he can't run for president again, right? And that would also be great. And also a lot of the like amenities he gets is like a former president, like I think you get like $1 million pension, you know, for the rest of your life. You get a Secret Service staff, you know, you just like you're set, right? And so a lot of that stuff that would have been given to him for having a job.
Oh, they want him to make sure he dies. So
yeah,
kind of fucked up.
like, well, yeah, they're trying to punish him. That's what this is about for sure.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, what do you think about this?
I don't know. It's just so random. I saw that again. I'm just like, what? Because I'm like, he's gone in like 10 days. I don't know. He's still the fucking president. I don't know. I think there has to be some sort of like, there has to be something to that, to like running the hardest job in the world where you at least get like for the rest of your life, at least you get at least security. I feel like that's fair. But, I don't know, dude.
If he goes to jail, then he gets that.
If he goes to jail, yeah, shit, he'll just be in jail. Like, but, like, which is a possibility. I'm not too sure, but, yeah, it's crazy that we're living in this time. It's just been it was a wild 4 years, to be honest, as him as president. And I'm not going to lie, bro. There's some clips I've seen of him. The man is hilarious. Say what you will. There's some really funny stuff out there. Some of the best memes I've ever seen. And for that, I'll be like, that was sick. Everything else was pretty fucked, but like, I don't know. I'm trying to see the bright side here, but I don't know. He's gone. Hopefully, fucking shit is like at least comes back to some sort of normalcy in the States. Because, to be honest, I love the States, and I think they're a beacon of hope for the world, just because of the what it represents, what it's not fulfilling at the moment. But what it's supposed to represent is a reality. I feel like we're able to, if things go in the right direction, I feel like it could be that place of like, not like nothing's ever going to be like paradise, but at least the civility that we see in the multiculturalism of, especially even Canada, right? Like that's the shit that's like super cool. And so hopefully things actually get done there, and like the things like shit, I feel like the last 8 months there's been enough information for the government to be like, okay, well now we know what we have to fix, or like even like do other things, like we have to try new things, like things are obviously not working, right? So hopefully that comes to terms. Yeah, I don't know, what do you think about this? It's pretty weird that it's like, I didn't know it was the first time in history. I thought there was another time. But, I mean...
no, President Nixon got impeached. Impeached for some scandal. Bill Clinton got impeached for a scandal. But it's the first time in history someone's been impeached twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's usually because you get impeached and then they have the trial and you get convicted and go, right? You don't get to stay in office. It's like the last time there just wasn't enough, right? The Republicans just did not vote to convict him. So he just, even though he was impeached, he just stayed in office. And so it's the same thing this time, except he's about to leave. But yeah, if they can convict him this time, then yeah, he'll get punished. I don't know. To me, I believe, like, if not for this, man, there's just been so much, like, just straight up criminal shit that's happened over the course of the last 4 years, you know, that he should answer for. I think it would be crazy if, you know, he did everything that he did and it's like, all right, $1 million pension, Secret Service for the rest of your life. Every time you see you, people clap for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me. That's not how it should go. So I do think it's a good thing that he's answering for these things. For what it's for, it's so straight up. Just the document says that he's getting impeached for inciting a riot. Yeah. What do you make of that? I guess there are a million things they could have said that were impeaching him for it this time. Like I feel like, I thought the phone call was a done deal. You know what I mean? The 59-minute phone call where he's trying to convince like the Georgia state person to like give him 11,000 votes. I thought that was a done deal, but that wasn't it.
No, I think
This is the one, you know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's because, like, on the one hand, there's like, I don't really keep up to date with this stuff, so I can't really cite any of my information. But like, man, I don't really fuck with politics, but I don't know, dude. It's fucked. It's just like, I don't even know what's real, what's not real. Because I keep hearing one thing where it's like, kind of what you're saying of like, where it is like that evidence of him doing that. And then I hear from another person online the opposite. And then I'm just like in this weird gray area where I'm like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I mean?
Yo, I just feel like it's like people keep saying like the setting or the tone, the political tone in states right now is like civil war, right? And I just feel like I can see that as well, man. It's like it's right now you either believe the election was fair or it was a rigged election, you know, to get Donald Trump out of power. And that's like night and day. That's literally two different belief systems at this point. You know, it's like
two different realities, dude.
The conspiracy. Yeah, exactly. The conspiracy is so ingrained in a lot of people, again, because of, you know, Donald Trump has been pushing it, that it's almost like I feel sorry for the, you know, way, depending on what you believe, you know, I feel sorry for the people that do believe that it was rigged, you know, because I mean, from the jump, I never believed that, but I feel like if you allowed yourself to believe that at any moment, then that's when you like, all right, that's when you separated yourself from everyone else and said, nah, you know what I mean? There's a conspiracy at play here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just crazy because I don't have Twitter, but I do go on Twitter and I see like, you know, Fox News. And I usually am going into the comments and seeing what's going on there. And it is night and day. Like you see like people who are like, yo, this president is terrible, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then you see, you know, someone who will reply to that and be like, you know, America needs more patriots like our president. You know what I mean? Like they didn't want the extreme left did not want another 4 years of this great man, so they did everything they could to, you know what I mean? Like just stuff that's like, where are you getting this information from? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like the arguments are like the two people arguing have two different perceptions of reality. And it's great that I live in Canada, so at the end of the day, I'm not too involved. I'm not too at the end of, you know what I mean? I'm not too like, I would say for the most part, my perception of reality is that the election was not rigged. You know what I mean? But because I live here in Canada, I don't have to have a conviction about that. You know what I mean? I can have a discussion here, and it's not gonna turn into an argument. But that's how it is in the States right now. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you mean it was rigged? You know what I mean? And it's gonna turn into a matter of life and death type thing. So yeah, man, it's not a good setting right now, and I think this is the right thing. That's why I brought up. I think this is the right thing to have him be impeached for, because what this trial means is that really he's going to have to prove where his claims of election fraud came from. You know what I mean? And it's not a good look that they did like 61 trials going state to state and he lost all of them, right? Rudy Giuliani and the gang, like lost all of them trying to like overturn the votes. So, you know, already in a lot of, you saw in a lot of the cases, like the judges would refuse to look at it because of a lack of evidence. So already going into the trial, he literally is going to have to prove, because that's really why they're saying he incited a riot. It's not just the speech he gave prior to the people marching. It's also just him from the beginning saying that this election was rigged. You know, he's gonna have to answer for that, and so they're gonna be like, so why did you say that? You know, where did you get these claims from that, you know, dead people voted, all this, blah blah blah. This is gonna be the highest court in the land that's prosecuting. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's really gonna have to answer for all these things, because I just think it's funny, because right now it's always just been, we saw an election happen where Biden got elected, but it's just been him on Twitter this whole time being like, this was the biggest fraud in the history of America, blah, blah, blah. Great election, scandals, corruption, just like all this stuff. And now it's like, you're gonna have to answer for that, because basically, unless he comes out and says before the trial that, all right, I was lying, guys, this election wasn't rigged. If you're going to hold that conviction now that like, yo, I still believe this thing was rigged, I'm just allowing the transfer of power to happen. If you're going to hold that conviction, then that means you are saying that what those people stormed the Capitol, the belief that those people stormed into the Capitol, right, to go and change the democracy, you stand by that. You know what I mean? You might not stand by the violence, but you stand by the core of their belief, which is that the election was rigged. That's why they did it. You know what I mean? And so the election was rigged started with Donald Trump. So he is going to have to defend, he's going to have to prove, you know, that's literally what this trial is about. He's going to have to prove that election was rigged for real, or else he goes to jail. So now this is a real fight. So
I didn't know it was that deep.
I think it's serious, man. And so we'll see how this goes, because it's looking like, and again, I'm always like getting it from all my information from all these places. CNN is saying that he's going to try to say that, oh, because he's out of office, why are they trying to convict him? That's going to be basically his lawyer's cases, right? Maybe there's a point there as well. So yeah, but I do think that it is deserved, and I think that the reason why they're impeaching him is definitely the perfect thing to impeach him for. And I definitely want to follow up on this, man. I definitely want to see how this pans out, because, man, this dude has just done a lot of really shady shit during his presidency, that it would just be weird for it to just be all like flowers and rainbows afterwards, you know, just back to the corporate world.
Yeah, no. His life is never going to be. He's like 78 though, so it's not like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's pretty fucked. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It is fucked. Yeah, it's always the nature whenever we talk about like fucking politics. It's a fucked up situation happening, but it is the world to play right now. It is the world to play. Yes. It'd be crazy when Biden is back Biden takes office for the first time, and we now are back to having a politician in office, because that's really the variation with Trump and everyone else, every other president. Yeah. You know, Trump was not, you know, I guess Reagan was like an actor or something, but for the most part, even before he became president, he was like a governor of something before, right? Like Reagan. The point being that, you know, you don't just go from not being a politician to being the president. You know what I mean? There is usually, you have a background in politics, and you have some appreciation for how systems work and blah blah blah. Then you get into the ultimate power. Right. Whereas we just had a guy who had no appreciation for the political system, blah blah blah, and he just got into power. So yeah, I think moving forward, we're gonna appreciate having people that are competent about their roles in position. But at the same time, one thing I would say is, like you said, he's given us a lot of, like, being Donald Trump, like just being the character that he is, has just given us a lot of. I feel like he's made a whole generation of younger people interested in politics, not just not because they're actually interested in politics, but because this fucking character is just doing some fucking crazy shit every other week, So it's just become part of your life to know about your politics, you know what I mean? So that's how I see it. It's definitely that's what's gonna change. The news is gonna be, or the information regarding the White House is gonna be less entertaining, but it's gonna be safer for all of us.
We're not going to hear about it on Twitter. Well, we might. Who knows? Biden might just be like, he's like, yo, I'm back. Like, it's like some bullshit. But, yeah. Nah, I just hope everything works out, man. I hope things don't get too fucked.
Everything will work out, man. Because in the perfect world, Biden takes office on the 20th. No violence in the U.S. Trump gets convicted shortly after, and we live happily ever after. That's how it goes. I think it can go that way.
Word.
That to me is everything going well.
Word. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, that concludes our national news today.
Word. Okay. Local. We have a fire topic. And the title of this topic ties back around like a full circle. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Can I get away? Sorry, I just did that. I'm sorry. That was the worst. Nah, but bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. And I want to tell a story because that is a true statement. And I just want to say before I'm not going to use any names, but these are real life experiences I had at work today. So let me paint the picture. I haven't slept today. Last night we went to the studio we went out to do like photo shoots and shit. So I was up late, and I went out with Legacy and you and Dilly and what was the girl's name? Becky? What was her name? Oh, fuck. Anyways, I just said I wasn't going to use names. This is why. But so we go to the studio, and I got really high. I'm talking like next level faded. Like we were taking the pictures, and he's like, yo, lift up the glasses. Because he had these glasses that like retract and just become like, they look like normal glasses. I was like, damn. And I was like faded, and there's a camera in my face. It's like, yo, close your eyes for the flash. Eyes wide open. I'm like, yo. But like that type of fade. So keep that in mind. We get back. Shosho's asleep. Shosho's already knocked out because he's tired. His sleep schedule is crazy. It was like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. That's nuts. But
yeah, man, fuck, I gotta go to bed after this.
Priority number one, sleep. Same, dude. So okay, so then I go home. I end up staying up for a little bit longer because I was pumped. We had a good night. It was fun. It was nice to see people. We got shit done. Music stuff. I might have got a cover for my album. I was pretty ecstatic. And so I go to sleep around 1 a.m. and then I wake up, and all I hear it's like 2 a.m. I look at my phone, it's 2 a.m. and I just hear the TV is just so loud. So I get up, my roommate's knocked out. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it was so loud, bro. I was so upset. I come out there just underwear, turn everything off. I turn off all the lights. I'm like, fuck. So then I go to bed, get up, and I'm living off maybe 3 hours of sleep. Okay? So this shit was wild. So I get into work, man. It was like I wasn't even, today felt like I was not even in my body. It felt like I was just watching myself work. Like, it was crazy. I haven't worked like that. I haven't been able to even get up because it's usually a job I hate. So I just sleep and I'm like, oh no. And I pretend like I'm upset. But this one, I really like this job. So I'm like, I gotta get in there. And then, okay, so we're doing the day. Everything's going good. I'm like tired. I took a nap during my break. Like I was just exhausted. And so long story short, there's this girl that I work with. Very nice girl. She's German. And she's just very sweet, you know what I mean? Like she's just very cordial, and just a really cool person. And I didn't realize they played music from their iPhones on the speakers at work. And so I'm doing a job and I'm just like, I'm still just super tired, whatever. And all I hear is, there's some holes in this house. There's some holes in this house. There's some holes. And then I hear wet ass pussy. And it was the explicit version. And keep in mind, I work at a liquor store. And so it's like a pretty nice liquor store, right? And so it was just super weird. And it didn't stop. The whole song played. But then I just looked at her and I'm just like, are there hoes in this house? You know what I mean? It's like, damn, what the hell? It just got me thinking, like, you really don't know people. And that's a horrible, this story is just terrible. I just want to say, this is an awful story because there's no ties to anything that I said earlier. I literally just described waking up. Anyways, fuck it. That's the end. There was a hoe in the house, y'all. That's what I was trying to say. Apparently, I'm not going to say it. In the house. She's a very nice lady.
Fair.
Very pretty. And you know, she might have I'm gonna stop where I'm at because, like, you know, people listen, and this could come back to haunt me. And like, she might come up and be like, I heard you on the podcast today. Like, yo, I'm so sorry. Y'all fired. But man, yeah, bro. I want to just say to the people out there listening, go to sleep. This should be the theme of the show. Fucking sleep. Because you're not the same human when you're on 3 hours of sleep. I don't even know what I was. I was just living. I was a body walking around. I was efficient and I was actually having a good time because I was so, bro, the weirdest thing happened too at work. I just walk into this conversation and I just look at my boss. He's like, all right, I'm leaving. I'm going to go watch porn. I'm like, what the fuck?
Who's he talking to?
He's talking to everyone.
Are you sure you heard that right then?
Yes. And I'm like, it's a really sunny day and that's what you're going to do? He's like, I'm going to do it in the sun. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, it's either that or action movies. I'm like, why is that the choices? What the fuck are you saying to me? But he said it to everyone, so I was just standing there like, what the hell? And then it got so weird.
Everyone else's reaction?
Bro, people were just like, yo, because this one dude we work with, he's a gay dude, and he's like, my boss asked this dude, so what would you rather watch, action movies or porn? And he just looks and he's like, action movies. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Dude. Hopefully this never gets back to my work. But that was nuts.
That could be considered harassment though, like, but yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Dude, there was like 10 people there. I was just standing in the back and I'm like, where am I working? But yeah, man, that was a pretty weird day. I guess that's the end of that.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, what should we take from this story? So,
yo, you're making me feel like a freak, man. That was a real thing. You gotta say something. Tell me.
I guess.
Is there any comments? Nothing. Yeah.
So what's the punchlines of the story though? We kind of like went drifted off a bit there. With another story there about your manager and the porn. That's a separate story then.
Dude, I have so many of these stories like this where it's just like, what the fuck? I've seen some weird shit, man, because I don't talk. So I just listen a lot of times where I'm like, because I'm a quiet dude when I'm just like, when I'm with people, I'm my coworkers and shit, right? I don't really talk. So I get an opportunity to hear people just speak. And it's really strange, man. But the punchline of the story was basically, that was my cat. The punchline of the story was basically bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. That was the original punchline. Now I don't know. Now the punchline is fucking, I don't know. Just do your job.
CMI yeah. Supervisor.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel you. WOP. WOP has definitely been a crazy song in 20. Oh, I think WOP was definitely 2020 song of 2020.
It's the weirdest song. Yeah, man. If there was one song to describe it.
We gave it to the box. But culturally,
yeah, it was WOP. You really saw like where the hoes are. It led us in the right directions. It showed us the way. All praises.
Right.
Too far? I'm sorry.
But yeah, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Shout out Dr. Dre. That's the bonus track, or I think that's the bonus track on the first Chronic, on his debut album.
Yeah.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Snoop Dogg has a dope verse on that track. I met this bitch named Sally Mae. Yeah, no, that shit's hard.
I'm gonna make this a song one day, man.
What?
This whole situation I just described. Dude, I'm so tired, man.
Oh, Lord. Okay. We're almost done potting here. So, yeah, that concludes our local.
Word.
Do you have any final words on that topic?
I don't know. People are weird, but people are awesome. Because those people I'm describing, where I'm like saying all these things, they're actually like some of the nicest people I've ever met. And I just enjoy getting to know people. And it's all jokes around here. I'm only joking every time I say all this like misogynistic stuff. I actually really respect women, but it's fun to make these jokes because
like you can't even say misogynistic. Like, dude, because that word is not in my vocabulary.
Yeah, that was the first time I actually said that. But no. Yep. So, what's the punchline? I don't know. She got the WOP, dog. Yo, dap me up, son. Virtual dap. Dap me up, nah. Yeah. That's the punchline. That's the name of this episode, too. She got the WOP. Okay. Can we name our
All right,
episodes
well,
now?
should we be naming the episodes? Was that what we should be doing?
I think that might be the way. We're on episode 30, bro. That's a funny ass title. That'll make people click.
I mean, that's the purpose of just putting the topics in the title.
Y'all are
See what's
you,
I mean, I'm down to try it.
okay. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm down
That's
to
the
try
fun
it.
one.
So artist motivation. What was that?
No, nothing. Sorry, I was just saying she got the WOP. I said it again. Yes.
All right. So,
Yeah, you're
artist
shaking your head.
motivation,
Can't believe I work with this guy.
No, man. In the real world, there's not a situation you could say to me, "Yo, she got the WAP," and I'm actually gonna really dap you up like that.
Man,
What is the context of that?
you better dap me up. If I'm there by myself with hands just drawn and no dap from you, I'ma cry. No matter what I say. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, I feel
That's the
like
status. I don't know.
she got the WAP.
I'm gonna do that at shows. I'm just like, God, she got the WOP, bro. But stop talking. Okay, let's do artist motivation. I just keep digging my hole, bro. I just further and further into it.
I was just gonna bring up what I brought up earlier. 6ix9ine. I know we all hate 6ix9ine. He's become like a pariah in the hip hop world.
Yeah.
But yeah, just gonna bring up that that underdog mentality. I feel like that's what hip hop has always been based about, right? Like hip hop is always that energy. So it's always been about. This guy. We all know him. He had a couple hits, string of hits. He bragged about it. He went to jail. He snitched. Came out. No one was trying to fuck with him. All the playlists removed him. Like the industry is clearly blackballing dude. But he still maneuvered ways. He got the Nicki Minaj feature and got that #1 record. He got Nicki Minaj her first ever #1 record, even though like it was really like some troll shit, because I think the song was even called Trolls, because like it literally went to #1 and then the next week it was like number 50, just like it was like the greatest, like the biggest, the hugest like fall from #1 in like Billboard history. Then I think like Travis Scott like released a single after that did like even worse than that. So like, it was #1 one week, and then next week it went like really low. Just proved that like Travis Scott fans are about the hype. Anyways, I'm not here to diss Travis. I'm getting sidetracked.
That's the artist motivation. Fuck Travis Scott.
Basically, the industry has made it hard for this dude to succeed. Yeah, we've seen this guy get milestones. Like he got a #1. He got Nicki Minaj from #1. He did put out an album. It sold 50K, and a lot of people call that an L, but 50K when the whole industry is blackballing you is really good, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like when nobody, like who else did 50K recently? I think like Lil Durk did like 50K like first week or something like that, and then they added it to like his other weeks or something, and it totaled like 70 or something, because he dropped like midweek or something. So they added like the 3 days plus the 1 week, and he got like 80. But either way, like 50, that's what he got. And like there's no like Lil Durk let's say he got 80K. Lil Durk is definitely the voice of the streets right now. He got the Drake feature. He's definitely getting playlisted. All the major dudes fuck with him. I know Academics fucks with him, like Joe Budden fucks with him. He definitely gets all those looks. And it's still like 80K, So to me, I thought 50K was pretty good. Anyways, along this artist motivation is not to praise 6ix9ine. The purpose of me bringing all this up is basically that perseverance. I feel like that's hip hop. We love the underdog, because that's a core part of the energy in hip hop. We want to see the underdog make it through. you know. And right now, hip hop hates 6ix9ine, but I was pointing all this out just to show that it is admirable to see that, you know, with this giant hand in front of your face, like you will not pass. There's still this colored head fucker, like, you know, trying to make his way through, you know, and that's what it's about, you know, maneuvering, perseverance, and not taking no for an answer. So that was artist motivation this week. And to conclude the podcast, this has been episode 30. Thank you guys for tuning in to Just Kicking It. I go by Polo Show. My Instagram is Poliano_DA_Don. What about you, Soy?
I go by Soy. You can follow me on Instagram at the only true Soy.
Yeah. And we are also a record label / hip hop collective in the city of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Treaty 7. Follow our Instagram lifted_ones and follow the official blog, YYC Hip Hop Daily. That's both on Instagram, and we do have Facebooks as well. And yeah, like Soy said earlier, we're also musicians. This podcast is something we do to further our music career. So check out our music as well. I go by Polo Show, and you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever DSP you use. And my man here is Soy. That's Soy, all caps. And you can find him on whatever DSP you use as well. So yeah, stay tuned. We got a lot coming on the label side of things in 2021. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys. Peace.